Hello, good morning. How are you? It's Eshin Brenda Shoshana back with another little talk on simple solutions in a complex world. And I'm happy to be here today. I was caught up yesterday because couldn't make it. Today, thank you for being here. It's Monday. Actually, it's Memorial Veterans Day, a day of remembrance for those who sacrificed themselves for the country, for a better life. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful question. How do we get a better life? How can life be better? What's needed in our relationships, in our actions? What's needed to create a better life? But life is always intrinsically wonderful. That possibility is always here, despite all kinds of chaos, deception, confusion, and distress. A better life, which by which we mean a more gratifying experience, something more congruent for who we really are. It means something that really touches the core of our lives and makes us feel good, fulfilled. Now, unfortunately, some are feel good and fulfilled by domination, by anger, by being better than someone else, by proving someone else wrong. And they will use all kinds of time and energy to do that, to compete, rather than to honor each one of us, to compete, to tear someone down, to pretend one thing and then do another, say one thing and do another. That's one of the greatest sources of torment and deception. But it's very, 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 very common and very much accepted in the world as it is now. So, in Zen, what we have a koan is called a question. I've said this many times, a question that has no logical answer. We can't figure it out. The only way to solve that kind of a question, which is a paradox, it's confusing, the only way to solve it is through becoming quiet, connecting with the question, letting the answer come to us from a different part of ourselves, not from our thoughts, which can become very chaotic and confused, but from a deeper part of ourselves. It's also called the one within, which knows the way. That's a very good way to put it because everyone has that. There is one within us that knows, that we know if it's a lie or a truth. We know if it's good for us or another person or not. Deep within, we know. We already know. We may not be conscious or aware of it, but we know. We know how to digest our food. We know how to breathe. We know how to take the next step. But we're not always aware of what we know, and we can and do get pulled like an ocean coming, like a high tide coming away from the very simple solutions, the simple truths of life. And one truth of life is that if what we do harms another or harms anyone at all, we're also harming ourselves. We're also harming ourselves. We cannot do something negative or painful or destructive for someone without also receiving the backlash. It's impossible. It's just a simple law of life. And we cannot do something positive, which means honest, which means fair, which means true. It means true. We can, and that can be part of a greater definition of what love means, to be true, sincere, honest. We cannot do that without benefiting them and ourselves, even though at the surface it may not look that way, it may not seem so. We feel, oh, I'm being honest, I'm being simple, I'm being sincere here. I'm being a fool. As many people think that. I'm being a doormat. I'm going to be walked all over. You're not being a doormat. You're not. You're aligning yourself with a higher law of life, and the benefits will inevitably show up. They may not show up in the way you expect or when you expect, but they will show up. Because as you treat another is how you treat yourself. It comes back to you always, always. This is just like a wake-up call, which says, be mindful, be aware. What am I doing? Is it beneficial for me and others? If it's beneficial for you, it will be beneficial for others. And by beneficial for you, I don't mean that you're deceiving someone else and you won. I mean, if it helps you grow, if it's an act which is healing, if it's an act which is simple and honest, if you communicate truthfully, which doesn't mean to blame anyone else. It means just to take responsibility for what you feel and to express it as such. Not you made me feel this way, you made me do this. No, this is how I'm feeling right now. This is what I'm needing right now. That's what honest, simple communication is. The other person may not give it to you and very often can't and won't and doesn't. That doesn't matter. You have given to you the truth and honesty and simplicity. We cannot always look for, well, not always, but we cannot look to another for our deepest needs. We have to actually be that, give that, live that. If we have a deep need for sincerity and honesty, that is how we need to behave to others and ourselves to become that which we need from someone else. And as you become that and you do that, then you are receiving it yourself as well. Sounds very complicated. It's actually very, very simple, but it's so different from the way we think and the way we live. We're always looking for what we want and need from someone else. Give me a free lunch, give me a this, give me a that, give me this. Give me, give me, give me, give me. Rather than what can I give you? And what can I give myself? I want kindness from you. I must be kind to myself and to others as well. I must exemplify that which it is that I crave. That's quite a koan. That's a practice. Life really is, as I say over and over, it's a practice. It's a teaching, and in fact can be very painful and can be very beautiful. It's a teaching, the learning, and we must recognize that we have the tools with which to learn. We have the exercises, we have the principles. We know how to sort things out a bit. We learn a lot of things in school, all kinds of things, but we don't really learn what the very basis of this life consists of and how to live it. That's something that is not included in our normal curriculum. It's an important. I repeat it over and over because it's so important. Otherwise, it's so easy to be swept up in fear, great fear, fury, to feel our whole world is exploding, our life, our home, to run away from where we live. There's many things we do. And sometimes it has to be done. But it's also very important to align oneself with a different state of mind and a different way of being, to get in touch with the one within you, that knows the way, and get in touch with that part of ourselves, to make friends with it, to listen to it, to experiment with what it tells us. Do it. We cannot listen to the voices of the world. They're all different kinds of voices, and they're all screaming something else. It says, listen to the still small voice within. That's so beautiful, really. It's for everybody. It's an instruction for everybody. Listen to the still small voice within. So you have to become quiet and still, and give some time each day to listening for it. You can ask whatever question you have and then listen. Usually when we ask, we say, do this for me, give me this, give me that. It's just good to say, give me the truth of the matter. Give me some guidance. You will get it. It's waiting inside you to speak. And listen, and then do what it says, and then let me know how it goes. Okay. Thank you very much. It's great to see you today. Be well.